What's up everyone, it's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and I want to talk about Final Fantasy coming to PC. Anyway, that's enough of that. So before we get any further into the video, I do want to note that yes, you're seeing the Final Fantasy 15 benchmark footage. I know I promised to put this up all separate in various different forms, but the problem was no matter what I did and what settings I used and what configuration I used, I even checked my hardware settings, my software settings, and my actual audio settings, etc, etc. I could not get the sound to run in the benchmark whatsoever. I've done all sorts of stuff, reinstalled it, re-downloaded it, and then reinstalled it, rebooted, whatever. It just wouldn't work for me, so I just said fuck it. But hell, I'll use it for this. So Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition is coming to PC on March 6th, as we know, and it's coming to multiple different digital storefronts on the PC. It's coming to Steam, where 99.9% of people are going to buy it. It's coming to Origin, where 0 people are going to buy it. And it's coming to Windows 10 Store, which the 0.1% of people are going to buy it. Yes, you 4 people listening to this video that are actually going to buy it on the Windows 10 Store, shame on you. Because the Windows 10 Store is crap. But anyway, that's beside the point. So what am I talking about in this video? Well, Square Enix came out and announced today that the game is actually going to feature crossplay. That's right, Final Fantasy 15 is going to include all the previous DLC, including the multiplayer DLC Comrades, which will have crossplay. Now, there are, of course, a couple of few caveats to this, but let's get into them now anyway. First off, there is no mention of the game being cross-buy or Xbox Live Play anywhere. So as it stands at the moment, if you buy a digital copy on Xbox One or a digital copy on the Windows 10 Store, you do not get a digital copy on the corresponding platform. It is literally only for the multiplayer aspect only. Part 2, the Windows Store is crap. And Part 3, this feature is basically exclusive to the Windows 10 Store version. The Origin version will not have this feature and not have this functionality, as well as the Steam version will not have this feature and functionality. Now, however, you can always argue it like a different way. And the way I like to argue it is, you can get the Windows 10 Store version, which will likely perform worse because, well, let's face it, games run worse when you have to run them from the Windows 10 Store because, God, I hate the Windows 10 Store. Quantum Break, anyone? Any of these other issues on other games? But you also have to play with console players. You also can't mod the game. And then you have the option to use the Steam version. Now, of course, the Steam version does not have crossplay support, so you won't have to play with the Xbox players. But you will be able to mod the shit out of the game, because the Steam version does completely support modding. Because let's face it, we're PC gamers. We play on Steam. There's a reason for this. And 2, because almost everyone else is going to buy the Steam version of the game, except for those 4 people who buy it on the Windows 10 Store version, you will have access to those hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are also playing the Steam version, even if you don't get a chance to play with the Xbox players. Oh no, whatever will we do? So you can think of this as kind of your public safety announcement when it comes to Final Fantasy 15 PC version and the online components and how they're going to work. Let's recap real quick. Windows 10 Store version has crossplay, no mod support. Steam version has mod support, no crossplay, but still has access to the majority of PC players via Steam. And I'm going to assume the Origin version is the same, that it possibly supports mods. I'm not going to say 100% yes or 100% no, because, well, really, no one's ever talked about the Origin version because, well, no one's going to buy it. And I'm going to assume if you do buy the Origin version, yes, you one person out there watching this video who's actually going to buy that version, I would say technically you're probably restricted to only being able to play with people with the Origin version, so that one guy out there who buys it is basically shit out of luck. Now, just before I end out the video real quick, yes, I know I ragged on console players a little bit during this video. I do want to say one thing, that it's great that manufacturers, developers, publishers, whoever it is, are actually starting to support this. Unfortunately, it's through the Windows 10 Store version, which no one wants and no one's going to buy. But the handful of people, yes, you 4 people out there who are actually going to buy it, it is nice to give certain people the option to be able to play with their friends who may only game on Xbox. Why they don't include this with the actual Steam version, I don't know. There's no reason why this should be an issue. especially when you look at games like Street Fighter V, which are cross-platform on Steam and PS4. There's obviously other games too. Rocket League is one, for example, that uses everything except the PS4, and that's on Steam. So it's just kind of a curious thing for that side of it. I personally will be picking up the Steam version at the start of March, and who knows, maybe I'll actually finally get to finish the game, because it ran like dirt on consoles, and I tried to play it in the light 60 FPS mode on PS4 Pro, and that was just terrible. So let me know in the comment section below, will you be taking advantage of the cross-play Final Fantasy 15? Will you be one of the unlucky few buying it on the Windows 10 store? Or where will you be buying it and what will you be doing with it? And all that funky good stuff. Also a little bit of a side note and a self-plug, if you're interested in this benchmark, the Final Fantasy 15 one, feel free to check out one of the archived streams I just did the other day regarding this. I ran the benchmark, and what we did is we ran specifically with Ansel in mind. We were streaming, we were playing around, we were messing, taking all sorts of screenshots, doing all the cool funky stuff that Ansel allows, so feel free to check that out. It really shows where the tech side of it, both from the Nvidia side and what Square Enix are doing, because let's face it, the game doesn't look great on console, but the game does look gorgeous on a high-resolution PC, or high-powered PC on a high-resolution monitor, there you go. And Ansel can really show that off and take advantage of it. So feel free to check that good stuff out also here on the channel. Anyway, let me know all that good stuff in the comments section below. Hit the appropriate button to let me know how you feel about the video, whether you liked it or disliked it. Hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.